Hello and welcome everyone, this is Blackadder at Blackadder's Place and I welcome you to today's stream that is going to be dedicated to Total War Arena. And it's going to be of course the start of closed beta that started just today. Yep, on the 1st of September, and as you can see also I'm back on tier 1 as we have basically just been all wiped and we are going to be starting with the zeros absolutely everywhere. And well, unfortunately I didn't really get the 30 battles in the last session of the closed alpha. That was during the Gamescom, so I'm not really having the free premium for the first week, but at any rate, at least it's going to be pretty much a normal session, a normal start to the game, how it's going to be feeling for most of the players if you don't want to spend a penny on it, and I'm kinda thinking that's going to be also the case for me. I usually like to play games that are free to play as free to play, without investing anything, and let's just use all the potential actions and other, I don't know, special occasions that you might be getting, as there have already been a basic signal that there might be some. But yeah, we'll see what the developers actually prepared for us. In the meantime, what are we going to be doing? We are going to be starting with Germanicus. That's definitely my favorite all around. We don't really have any experience or whatnot, so we are just going to be starting with the Peditas or with already skirmishes in there. Yeah, well, as the commanders we are having just, of course, as we are reset, the three basics. That means Arminius, Kinane and Germanicus. So I'm going to be playing with those today. And Germanicus, well, he's of course good with charge, but I want to also level up the skirmishers slowly but surely. So I'm going to be incorporating them as well, at least once. In the meantime, and yep, let's start with this, I guess. It should be good enough to start with the first battle. So hopefully there is going to be not really all that long queue. Since everybody is starting on basically tier 1, it shouldn't be that bad. And the closed alpha, or rather closed beta, sorry, has started about, if I saw it correctly, 2 or 3 hours ago. I think it may be 3. So yeah, I'm expecting that it should be still fine. But there is another thing, of course, that not many players might be playing already. It's a perpetual beta right about now for about 8 weeks, if I've seen it correctly. So we might be still waiting for first players to actually get into the game. But yeah, we'll see how fast we actually find a game. And it's, well, right about now here. And it was about a minute. That's not really that tragic. That's not that bad at all. So it's going to be the first map. Definitely curious about that. Yeah, already in tier 3s, that's probably going to be bought. You cannot really get tier 3 in about 2 hours. That's not really possible, I think. Maybe so. With the premium, I think it could be. And that's probably how it's gonna be. Anyway, Thermopylae are going to be the first map. And let's greet everybody. GLHF. Can't really say that I would be recognizing any names beside, of course, CPU 19. Hey Conmel. Applying for the beta, you can, I think, sign up on their webpage, totalwararena.net. There is still possibility for that, I believe. There should be a sign up. Or you can potentially buy some, some starter pack or whatnot with beta access and some premiums and whatnot. But I would, to be honest, I wouldn't really recommend it all that much. It's kinda overpriced to my liking, or yeah, I'm just playing free to play, so of course everything is going to be overpriced. And considering that this beta is going to be for about 8 weeks, and it's probable that about a few weeks after it's going to be open beta. Nothing really has been announced, but it's quite probable. I'm not really sure that it's all that worth it to actually pay for it. And to be honest, I'm not really all that inclined to actually recommend anybody to buy access to beta. That's like... That's like borderline unethical. if it's not unethical all around. It's really kind of weird. Pain to be a beta tester. Like, what's the logic there? If you feel like it, definitely give it a look. The possibility is there. But yeah, I have personal reservations against anything like that, like even pre-orders and whatnot. It's just not anything good for the customer. But we are in free-to-play, so I kinda guess whatever flies with anybody. It's just up to you what kind of money you want to spend on it. Anyway, we are going to for a battle. We are having decent amount of... Ah, there were some rats, horses, okay. We probably should be guarding all those archers. There are quite a lot of them. Yeah, it's basically the same as I'm having DP max.
The enemy has drawn first blood.
We are having ton of archers. I'm not exactly liking that all that much. You should be definitely coming with one unit in there, second through the mid, and you need to be cool, quite a lot more careful. Not really liking your approach all that much. Let's move forward a bit. Try to get some shots. Damn, plenty of archers in there. Not all that thrilled. I can potentially catch those. Let's see. Let's stand. We are guarded. We can kill them fairly easily like this, a bit better than actually with our allies shooting at it. It's going to be a bit more useful. Oh, no, at these.
We're under attack. Let Bellona lead your blades.
Yeah, hear it later. So of course these guys are screwed. How's it looking in here? Alright. We're pushing them back actually somehow a bit. We have already dealt with those guys. Semi-cool definitely would be helpful if you actually help me flank, but yeah, it's not really apparently happening. And yeah, run. Ah, just a bit too late, and they're routing, but luckily Bogestven is going to be helping me. We are right now continuing with this push with tons of friendly fire into me from Eric. Well, that's unfortunate, but that's how it sometimes happens, especially at the lower tiers. And can we actually shoot? No, right now we should be able to shoot. Already kinda deadish in there. 17, we are still winning, so that's not that bad. Battles on the right, yeah, let's leave it to other guys to actually deal with that. I'm just now waiting for Ilya to actually route or whatnot. Then I can just move forward and be happy. Yeah, we're kinda deadish in here with this unit, so no problem. We might move forward and charge into those. No. Pan Pudelko is ours. We are a bit advanced, so he's running away. Can we get actually Keniego before this guy? He's right now switching into flank, so he probably can get there. Run, boys. You can get this then. Yeah, that was a very good one. He can just basically run around and let Bogestven and shoot at them. It's going to be best. Right now we need to protect those guys. Yep. Still somehow alive, those dudes.
Our base is under attack.
Yeah, that's fine. He just right now basically just drawing fire so that our archers can shoot basically unharassed. That's what we're right now doing. We need to right now go here and charge them into the mid. Yeah, that worked nicely. We can get some pillars out. Might just be able to shoot. Conmeo, each player has three units. You have basically 3 squads of units, and you control just them. You can also control bot. There are sometimes bot players like AI bot, you can see on the left bottom, and if player disconnects, you can also control his units, but one by one it's a whole lot more difficult to do. But it's most definitely possible. Should be a bit more careful waiting for NTL, Eric and whatnot. Our base seems to be safe, as Octavio Sam is doing a good job. Yeah. Okay, let's move to the left. And to finish with my thought, yeah, just basically control 3 units. First unit is always having your commander, who is giving you extra morale bonuses and whatnot, and if he dies, you are usually suffering morale maluses and whatnot. So it's kinda a good idea to keep him alive, as it does give you bonuses. Which means that basically the first unit should always hang a bit back and take a bit safer engagements than the rest. The 2 and 3, they can basically do whatever they want. Yeah, let's just hang back with NTL, kinda want to survive till the end. And CPU, that's exactly what I was talking about, that's the AI bot, and anybody in the team can control him. Sometimes it results in kinda tough situations, where of course multiple players actually give conflicting commands. So it's also kinda bad communication. But usually the situation is kinda clear, and players at least know what to do, so usually there are not really that many conflicts that would somehow screw the map up. And the battle as well. Okay, let's just go with him. Kinda. Yeah. Oh, we have probably routed. Yeah, that sometimes happens. Yeah, these are my guys. It's kinda unfortunate, this routing mechanism. It's in a lot of situations doesn't make sense. I mean, like, we have still the commander alive, so why the route? That's first thing. And second thing, that sometimes you actually quite often see units with even less units. I, for example, have fought a week ago with literally 2 units for about 5 minutes. And they didn't route. So, I mean, like... Oh, they probably want to have a bath. Okay, well, I can get behind that. So some mechanisms are really kinda not great. Routing and the morale things are amongst them. And another one that I really don't like is a bit of a confusion as far as friendly fire goes. Because you could see sometimes when archers shoot at units, you can kill your own units with arrows. You can also damage your units with phalanx, that is what hopeless do have, or basically spear infantry does have. But when you are charging, then there is no friendly fire, which is different from the original version. The first Ghost Alpha 2 years ago actually did have friendly fire from charge, which makes a lot of sense. But in here, you are having just absolutely random things that do friendly fire, and some don't, that you would be expecting, so that's not great. But once you learn what these things actually are, you can of course manage. At any rate, let's see how the guys are gonna do. We are winning by 200 units, so we should be winning, especially looking at the composition of the armies. Should be pretty much fine. We have killed 155, disconnected 2 guys, but they are already gone. We're actually having quite a lot of kills. DVD and Bogestvanen are slightly better with Kinane, but yeah, that's because you're allowing them to actually shoot. Oh, this is going to be even. This is pretty much assured right about now, especially with already having a guy hanging at the back and basically guarding if some opponents are trying to get into our base. And that's basically what the point of the game is trying to capture your base, your opponent's base. That's basically accomplished by having units in there, in this circle, and not being shot at, or rather being under some kind of attack by them. And then the second option is basically annihilate them. Kill all their units. So you are having 2 options. Third option, there is actually, when the time runs out, you can see at the top there is a timer. You have about 12 minutes? 12 or 15 minutes, I think it's 12. For the battle, and once the time runs out, it's going to be decided by not only the number of units, but also by points of capture. So if you're, for example, capturing base in the progress of the game, it's going to be netting you some advantage in the draw decisions. So these are basically the 3 ways how to win the game. Yeah, you can see we are already through. And we are already getting the enemy base capture here. Belos, oh, still pretty much alive. Definitely could be using horses, but NTL is still very much alive. He's going to be shooting at Lithuanian. And I kinda really think that Ottavio should be sending all those horses forward, and he definitely should be trying to pick up the archers. Well, let's just try it. That could definitely be quite helpful. These are just basically ripe for the taking. Ottavio does have the horses in there, at least in the attack. They could definitely be sending those as well. He has very healthy unit in there. But, yeah, you will have to be careful. You will have to be careful because there is still possibility. You can see that the advantage is still kind of the same. There are some chances for the opponents, but not really that significant, but yeah, never say never. If players mess up, you can still lose a game. That seemed to be one. But it doesn't seem like to be the case. Bogestvanen and NTL know what they're doing. Bogestvanen, well, a bit too early into the phalanx. You can see they're moving just too slow. Right now they're finally getting into the damage in there. And you should be getting a bit more from the back. Basically the point of phalanx, or rather how to beat the phalanx, is to get at their back. Because they're slow to maneuver, slow to move and whatnot. And they have basically no defense from the back. Whereas in the front you cannot do anything. If you charge into a ready phalanx, you just suicide in yourself. So yep, once they're moving into position a bit better, you should be able to have Lithuanian basically out. Not really happening all that much. They are doing quite a good job in here, and Bogestan is just going to be running circles with Lithuanian apparently in there. Anyway, units coming into the enemy base, so that could be a victory for us. And Ottavio just, yeah, fighting with the rest of his horses. Literally the last one. Yeah, right now he's the last one. Being ready to get on through archers. Oh, hey Jinkat, I actually played in the old beta as well. Actually quite early in the old, even the Ghost Alpha, the first versions. The beta was then public with the barbarians and whatnot. That was 2 years ago. And to be completely honest about it, I really like the first alpha a lot more than the second one. The second one is having so many kind of weird things, to be honest. And I already thought that the first one was quite nicely developed. It was having nice things. It just was working, to be honest. Not really sure what actually prompted Creative Assembly to scratch it. Not really sure at all. Well, no, really? That's kinda weird. You really can't apply for closed beta if you're in closed alpha. That's just doesn't make much sense to me. If they really did that and are pushing buying the access, then that's just wrong. That's just absolutely wrong, you know, on all levels. I think, as Jinkat says, you should be able to really get into closed beta or rather sign up for it. Maybe it's just some temporary thing. That they have some problem with the web or whatnot, but I really think it should be possible. Good luck figuring it out. I'm gonna have a look a bit later as well. Right now we are just waiting for some remaining units from Lithuanian to die, or for us to capture. Yeah, the capture is kinda slow. I think it's because computer units, or other non-player units, are actually not getting all that many points. Normal player is having a bit more, and we are not really having that huge numbers in there, so it's kinda slowish. But otherwise we have obviously won here. Yeah, and here's the victory, and thanks Jinkat for supplying the link. That's exactly it. There are going to be some, how is it called, waves of invites I will be expecting This close beta is going to be for about 8 weeks, so I'm kind of expecting they are going to be sending like week after week. They are going to be wanting more players to actually play and join and whatnot. Probably the first week they are going to be looking at how many players actually pay for it. And if not many do, then they're going to be just increasing the numbers of betas, I'm thinking. Yeah, glad that you figured it out, guys. Okay, 140 XP. Not that bad. 150. It's actually not bad. And nope, I don't want to buy premium in here. So we have gotten quite a lot of silver. 5000 silver is actually not half bad. Still looking for tons of extra experience to get into milites. How's it looking with javelins? Okay, we can get extra damage. Definitely buying. Definitely buying, and I'm probably gonna repeat with Germanicus. I kinda want to survive till the end.
On to victory!
Okay, so let's queue up and hope for another map. I would definitely like to play Germania. That's my favorite. All the way from the original closed alpha. From the original version. It's just a nice map. It does have nice possibilities as far as strategy and tactics goes. And overall I really like the graphics of it. Just kinda nice. Just kinda nice. So, what is anybody saying in the chat? Ah, we are queued in. Okay. And it's going to be Capitoline Hill. Yeah, that's, to be honest, the opposite. That's my most, or rather most, least liked map. I really don't like to play this. It's kinda too many things at once. Don't really like it. Kinda overpopulated with stuff, I would call it. Not really enjoying those all that much. Anyway, I don't think we have played with anybody like on this in the last game. At least that I could be remembering. We are having this, archers, horses, archers in decent numbers. Yeah, triple. You shouldn't do triple. Ah, he doesn't have triple. Sorry. Take that back. This is exactly how you should be. Double skirmishers with one guard. Going through the right and well, let's just see where it picks me.
Capture the enemy
On the
base
left.
or kill all enemy forces.
Jinket. Wow. Maybe about 7 or 8? Actually quite a lot. Nigel already moving. Okay, so he's not really idle. Sometimes you actually get idle players. In the last sessions of the alpha, that was actually not really that uncommon, which is super annoying when you have players who actually queue up and then don't do anything, just basically kill your hopes of victory. It's not great. Doro. Horses everywhere, so careful about skirmishes.
Swordsmen! Javelins! Swordsmen!
And yeah, let's move carefully here.
Swordsmen!
Ah, careful, Vlad BM.
Javelins!
Yeah.
The enemy has drawn first blood.
At least he stopped it with Halran, that was nice. That was nicely played by him. There are still the horses somewhere. Ah, here they are. Here is some infantry. I don't want to charge into them all that much necessarily. I just want to protect myself from horses. Ah, there are all of them there. Mertor and whatnot. Let's look in here. Yep, please don't shoot. It's just not useful anymore. Just killing more of your allies. Can we get some shot there? Yeah, we should be able to. Okay. Yeah, we got that nicely. Let's see if he actually flanks me or not. I'm slightly worried that he might. Oh wow, those archers are in there. Not cool. Yeah, I see them. Just run into... Oh fuck, she's right now flanking me. Yeah, that's a problem in this alpha. That you basically cannot effectively run away. Basically impossible. Yeah, I can see right now my guy dead. Not cool. Run away. And we should be ready to charge into them from the side. Yeah, should have been able to catch them. I'm just going to be keeping them in there, in the spot. No, stop. Yep, I need to get away. Right now, get some free shots in there. And you should be fine. Horses, what are you exactly doing? You should be trying to flank something, alright? Run around if possible. Which is not. Oh, there's a way into there. That's easy to get into with the horses, but he's trying to do it. Into the back, somehow. That's good. Good to see.
Cowards! The men are routing! Swordsmen! Attack! Destroy! Awaiting orders! Run!
Okay, let's screw that.
Charge!
Let's save our skirmishers at least.
Swordsmen!
What to do? This is kinda screwy. I cannot really shoot because I don't have enough morale yet. There is one horse you can potentially kill my units in there. Oh, I'm gonna get killed. Yeah, I cannot disengage really. In this moment I cannot disengage, I'm gonna be real flanked, I'm gonna be absolutely killed. Yeah, well, that just happened.
Cowards! The men are routing!
1100, 800, we are still doing pretty great though. Has to be said. Good, at least one shot in there. I'm going to be looking if I can get a shot into those archers, which I should be right about now, because he isn't careful enough. And skirmishers are slightly better, at least in the comparable rank, than archers, but archers are having high range, so yeah, that's the trade-off there. Let me be, harass, but you weren't able to catch me. Cool. I need to, though, take them away from blood. I don't want to lure them into the archers. It's not what I want to do. Fortunately, I might now route in, so I can only move. But Vlad does have enough units in there, so he should be alright if he plays it correctly. Right now, we should be retreating, not really fighting this. And here we go. We can shoot from the back. That should be a reasonably low friendly fire from that. He's already dead anyway if he doesn't run away, so yeah. That's good. One last shot and screw it, I guess. Yeah, and right now we cannot shoot because it's already shooting into ours. Alright. Yeah, I know that I'm performing friendly fire, but that was for a very good reason. Meritor, Nigel, Halran. That should work out in our favor. Well, let's not kill our own units. Now let's catch Meritor. Well, Jinket, skirmishes and those guys are pretty good, but you need to be very careful not to be caught off guard by horses especially. They are kinda hard to micromanage, of course, as any ranged unit is. Shoot, guys. Yeah. Good job, team. One last shot and then we would be shooting into the back of Vlad, so let's just leave it up to him. And we're gonna survive till the end of the game, that's cool. He's gonna die to manlock and we are having a bit of a surplus in their base. Well, what can I say? Good job, team. You can just right now move forward
Victory draws
through the
near.
route, or rather route, because that's of course the fastest.
Cowards! The men are routing!
Oh no, they're not. Basically, they are not called skirmishes anymore. In the original alpha, the base unit was actually called skirmishes, if I remember correctly. Which I think I do, because I always call them skirmishes from the back then. Otherwise, they basically just using javelins, so they could be called javelineers overall. But I like to call them skirmishes, so I do. Not much silver, because of course we have lost a lot of units. Not much XP for the commander. To be honest, I would be expecting a lot more. I was thinking that we actually dealt decent damage. It's weird. 198. It wasn't bad. Probably I would be thinking that actually we got penalties for friendly fire. You get penalties for that. We did do friendly fire, even though it was for a very good reason. It just does count. So yeah, that's the reason. Otherwise it of course would have been like in the last game, we had like 5,000 silver. But it was also because the first battle should be double, or rather 50% or double. I don't know, simply some bonus. Simply some bonus on everything. We should be getting some penalty for the friendly fire somewhere. Can we see though? Apparently not. Bit of a shame. Because of course in the original version of statistics you could have seen everything. Not so much here. Well, doesn't matter all that much. Ah, Jinket, you got a key. Okay, great. See you on the battlefield then. Yeah, I'm kinda thinking that they're actually going to be given a bit more keys. Because even though there are plenty of players, I mean, like, what's the point of not allowing more players into closed beta already? It just doesn't make much sense. If somebody is interested, let's give it to him. I think that's going to be the motivation overall and all around, I'm thinking. Anyway, so that was Germanicus, and I'm